What's up, everybody? So today we are finally back. It's been a little while since I uploaded a video, but we got a little musical cars here. I flipped the two cars around. We got the 240 on this side of the room and the Civic over here now, and I think it's time to finally start focusing on the Civic. Now, if you guys have followed me on Instagram, you would have seen a little while ago that I had posted a story that I had gotten some goodies that were straight from Japan, and those actually came from JDM Ohio Direct. They sent me a couple little things, and in today's video we're going to install one of those things. And as you guys can see, here it is. This is the first thing that we're going to be installing, and this is what we'll be doing today, is the JDM EK9 thin side moldings. Now, from my understanding, these are currently discontinued. You cannot get them anymore. You have to go pretty much to like an importer to try to find these, or look online, have a friend, eBay, whatever. But luckily enough for me, I was able to contact JDM Ohio Direct right when they got a shipment in of new parts, and they just happened to have these. And luckily, none of these are broken. All the tabs on the back do look to be in good condition, so I don't see any of them that's broken. And these are going to be way nicer. They're already the perfect color, that championship white. I know it doesn't match the white that's on the car, but it'll blend in enough that I think it'll look good for now. Eventually we'll end up getting the car completely resprayed or wrapped or something, but that's the plan. So as you can see here are the moldings that are currently on the car. They're the big fat black ones. We're gonna go ahead and try to pop these off today and replace them with those new ones. Now, getting to this one, we'll have to reach in here behind the wheel liner. To get that one, we're gonna have to take off the door panel, and then to get that one, we'll probably have to take off the inside quarter panel trim. Now, I could just go through with a little pry bar or pry tool and just pop those all out, but I don't want to break those clips. Like I said, I think this stuff is getting kind of hard to find, and I'd rather not break the OEM ones. So we're going to try to save those for something else in the future, or just hang on to them just in case. But let's go ahead and start on this and walk you guys through on how to replace your moldings with the EK9 thin side moldings. So the first thing we need to do, go ahead and take out this rear seat here, and it looks like it's just got these two little tabs on top, so we'll pull the seat down, and then there should be, I think there's like 4 10mm bolts there, 2 over there, and 2 over here, and then this section should pop out, and then as far as this lower section go, just lift and pull towards you, and we should be able to get that out. I'll go ahead and do that next, and then we can work on the quarter panel trim. Still one more 10mm right there, it looks like. So we'll get that out, and then this whole thing should come out. Okay, so we went ahead and got the back panel out of the seats. Next up is go ahead and get the lower section out here. So I believe all you gotta do is just pop up. I think there's like a tab on this side and a tab over there. It should just pop out and then either push back. I don't know if there's like release clips here in each section of the seat, if it pushes back or pulls forward, but should be fairly simple. So let's go ahead, lift this thing up, see where those tabs are, and then go ahead and release it. Okay, so you guys can see here, I got this to lift up. Like I said, there's a couple tabs there, and there is one 10mm bolt right back here holding a little loop down. So we'll take that out, and then the seat should slide out. So the rear seat is out now. Like I said, there's just a little clip there, and then a 10mm bolt that was up there holding a little loop down that was securing the seat. And as you guys can see here, it's kind of disgusting underneath here. We're gonna need to clean this all up just because it looks nasty, and since we got the seats out, might as well go ahead and clean it. But I think we're gonna go ahead and pop out the quarter panel trim sections first before we do that, and see how that all looks underneath there, and then have access to the moldings. So it looks like in order to get that rear quarter trim out, we're going to need to go ahead and disassemble some of this rear trim. And first things first, take off this cover here, and then looks like we're going to take off this back panel because it overlaps pieces of the quarter trim. This upper section, that's also on top, and then we should have full access to any kind of nuts, bolts, or hidden clips. I've never taken this apart before, so we're going to try to figure this out. We'll probably just work one side at a time and see how it goes. So those ended up being 12 millimeters. As you can see there, they just came out. Looks like we got 2 screws here. We'll go and take those out. Just like that. 4 tabs on top, prise out. Didn't break any clips, thankfully. So that's out for that section. Now we'll work our way on the quarter panel. I think we'll go, I guess let's do the right side first, and then get the left one out. Now for the quarter trim, it looks like this upper section needs to come out first. So there's 2 screws here on the top, and then there's 1 directly here on the back side. I'm not sure if these clipped screws need to come out or not. I don't know if they go all the way through. We'll find out. We'll pop these 2 here, this one in the back, and then see if this section pries out, and then it'll just be a repeat on this side as well. So now we got that piece out, and it looks like whoever installed the speaker did a real nice install with some nice tan duct tape. That looks like trash. That's definitely got to go. Can't stand that. Okay, so we got that out. Let's go ahead and figure out now how to get the rest of the quarter panel out. I already see there's like a screw down there. We're probably gonna pull out that 17 or ish, I don't know what size bolt that is, I guess. And then I'm not really sure if all this has to come out or not. I'm assuming so, but like I said, this duct tape's in the way and it's hiding some bolts. So let's clean up this mess. I'm gonna pull the speaker out because this is stupid. Oh my god. Oh, that's just a terrible install. Why? Oh. It's always nice finding these messes. Alright, well, now we got this out of the way. We can clean up all this duct tape. Like I said, you can see the access to these 2 screws here. So those are obviously holding it down. I think I'm just gonna go ahead, tuck the speaker in here for right now, just to have it out of the way, and clean this mess up. So it looks like we managed to get most of this loose. There's a little tab on the back side of here, just like how that lower rear trunk piece was. You guys saw me take all the screws out. Now we'll go ahead, hop inside the cabin here, take out whatever's on that side, and see if we can get the rest of this trim piece off. Okay, so we're back on the inside of the car here, and basically the only screws I can see is there's one here, there's a clip right down here, just a little push plug, and then this bolt here for this bracket. I'm not really seeing anything else. It looks like the seatbelt and stuff can slide through there. There's a little bit of a gap, so it could push through there. But yeah, for the most part, you guys can see there, it's pretty loose. So we should be able to just go ahead and pop out the rest, and this whole piece should come out, hopefully without breaking it. So that really didn't seem like it was that big of a deal to remove. You can see a couple of clips stayed in. It didn't damage the plastic, which is good. I'm gonna go ahead, pull these out now, put them back in the plastic. You can see this one ended up bending and slipping through, but it is still reusable. So we'll take that out and use it. And yeah, overall not too bad of a job. Takes a little bit of time to get it out. We'll do a repeat on the other side, but I want to go ahead and show you guys here inside the quarter panel. So you can see there is a clip to the molding. There's another one, and so there are just two. There's one farther up that I won't have access to. Yeah, look how clean it looks. No rust, no nothing in there. It's a good sign. No body work or anything, but yeah, you can see there's two clips there that'll pop that molding out. I'm just gonna go ahead and take these pliers and squeeze on the top and bottom. Right there and there. You guys can see there it's pushing through. And like I said, I don't know if I have any access to this one. I might have to remove the seat belt to get to that. Or else I can just pry it out. Yeah, let's see about removing the seat belt here and find out if I have access to that. If not, we'll just put it back together and then pry it out. So yeah, let's go and try this out. I'm gonna disconnect the battery first because see a cable going there. Don't want to set anything off. Alright, so I just managed to get all those bolts out that were on this rail here to remove this brace, take out these two bolts that are holding in the seat belt. So there's one there, and then there's a little 10mm up top. So let's see, there's 2, 4, 6, 8 bolts holding the brace down, and then like I said, the 2 bolts holding the seatbelt down. Get this out of the way. The plastic then lifts up, and then if you guys can see, let's turn my light on, straight back there, you can see the clip. So we'll go ahead and pry that out, and we should have the molding out. Then, just like that, the molding is now out, all intact, all in good shape. Very dirty. We'll go ahead and clean that all up before we put the new one on. But you guys can see there, it's all out. And I know what you guys are thinking. That was probably way too much work for a lot of you guys. And yes, you probably could just pop this thing out, pushing a little, whatever, plastic trim tool back behind there and try to get it to come out. But I'd rather do it this way just to see what I'm working with, clean up my interior, and I've got other plans coming up in the next video, so you guys will see that. But for now, we're gonna go ahead, now we got this out, move on to the door panel, get the door panel off, and then get this outer door molding out. So now onto the door panel, we're gonna have to remove a Phillips screw behind the handle here, a Phillips screw in this little cubby here, and then there's a little clip behind this window arm. So we'll go ahead and pop that all out, and then this should all just be held on by little plastic tabs, little tree clips or whatever, and this whole thing should come out, and then we'll be able to have access to each one of the molding tabs. So that right there is a little clip I'm talking about. It just slides over top of that. You just push on one of these tabs, a little pick tool helps, and then it just pops out. And now the door panel, close removal. I forgot we gotta remove the speaker cover, and this should just pry off as well. Yep, just like that. Yeah, you can tell somebody painted this door panel at one point, so there's something on here that's black, but yeah, there's red coming through. Anyway, go ahead, remove this speaker, and then we should be able to remove the door panel. So now we got the door panel off, we can go ahead and have access to the molding clips here. So you guys can see them all inside of there. We'll go ahead and do the same thing, just pinch the top and bottom of it and it should release. The only thing different with the door panel is on this far side here, there is a 10mm nut on the end of this. So we'll unthread that, that'll release the end of the molding, and then like I said, go through here, pinch the top and bottom of these, and the whole molding should release. Now we managed to get the door molding off. You guys can see there it's pretty dirty as well. that was a little bit more difficult than just the quarter panel one because we didn't have all access to everything. You guys can see here, I managed to get the molding all off and complete, all complete. Didn't break any of the clips, which is awesome. Yeah, so the ones that get towards like the middle section here, a little bit harder to reach because once you start prying it out, these kind of want to go back into place. They're so close together. And then as far as this last one goes, you guys can see on this molding here, it's this red one. And you can see how it's got that little bit of a notch right there. So when you get to this one, you don't have to, there's no access to the backside of it, so you can't just clip it and push it. What you want to do is open the door a little bit and then just take it and just kind of shift it, and it'll release the clip, and then all you gotta do is just turn the clip sideways and it pops out without having to break it. So now that that is all out, we can go ahead and move on to the fender here. All we gotta do is just get behind this wheel well, and there should be 2 clips here. So we'll get that out. It's gonna be a little bit difficult for me to show you guys, so maybe not show that one to you, but once I get it off, I'll show you guys the clips from the backside, and then we should be good to go. Clean this all up and install the new EK9 molding. And now the front fender molding is out. No clips broken. Just take this screw out that's in the wheel well, pop that open, turn that, and you can just kind of get to the backside and pinch. It's a little hard getting inside there, but we managed to get it out. Now we're gonna go ahead, clean this up, and then go ahead and throw on the EK9 molding. And before we clean this up, I want to give a big thanks to Super Clean for sending out some of these products for me to try out. We're going to go ahead and use this degreaser here to clean up this molding, see how it does. Shouldn't be too bad, it's just dirt. And I'd also like to try to test out some of this stuff on the back interior floor area where I showed you. But we might have to save that for the next video because I got some other stuff coming. So let's go ahead, take that degreaser, see if we can clean this up, and test this stuff out. So you guys can see now, underneath the moldings will be nice and clean. The Super Clean stuff that they sent me out, this degreaser here, did a good job. I know this is just like dirt and this is just like a light test, nothing too crazy or anything yet. Eventually we will be testing out some of their other products as well as that degreaser there for when we get into like the engine bay and cleaning up some of the stuff here or working on the 240 or whatever other project we have. We'll try out some of their other stuff. Like I said, they sent me out some, the degreaser, the foaming degreaser. They sent out the floor dry and some wheel cleaner. So we'll test all that stuff out eventually. I'm just doing it little bits at a time, and seems to do a pretty good job. I know, like I said, that's just dirt, but now it is clean. We can go ahead and install the EK9 moldings. So here they are. This is the EK9 moldings that we have setting up here, and I ended up putting this molding here so we can kind of compare it. Actually, let's just do the little ones. Just do like a quick little side-by-side comparison here. So this is the factory versus, I guess they're both OEM factory, but this is what we got here in the US, the regular EK hatch, plain Jane, fat black ones, and then the EK9 thin moldings. So you can see just how different they are. Obviously these are painted and these are black, so I think these will be a huge improvement. And like I said, you can't get this anymore like brand new. Pretty much have to find them off of a CTR in Japan and have them imported or whatever. Find an importer that'll do it. Luckily for me, I was able to reach out to JDM Ohio direct and get these moldings. So if you guys are interested in any of this stuff, you guys can go to JDM Ohio Direct's website or Instagram, talk to, I believe the guy's name was Aaron, super helpful guy, and get yourself some Civic Type R parts. But for now, let's go ahead and install this. Oh yeah, that looks so much better. So nice and flush to the body, looking super clean. I know the whites don't match, like I said, this is championship white, but that's eventually what color I would like to paint the car, just because Civics and championship white, just perfect. So yeah, that looks so good. Nice, smooth, flush, looks way better. Kind of give you guys like a side profile shot here. Hopefully you guys can see it. Yeah, that's way better compared to before. And we can actually go around, look at the other side. Get kind of like a before shot. Yeah, that looks terrible. The new EK9 Type R molding looks way cleaner, way better. I'm really happy with that. Awesome. So now we're gonna go ahead, do the other side, finish that up, and get that molding put on. So once I get that done, I'll let you guys see the whole car overall and get a good view of it. And just like that, the driver's side is done. Man, I love the way this looks so much better. So we just managed to get the moldings all on. They look awesome. I love the way these EK9s thin side moldings look compared to these big thick black ones. Wasn't a huge fan of these, and luckily I was able to save all these clips. Didn't break any of them, so these are still in good shape. I'll save them back. I don't know what I'll use them for, but might as well hold on to them, because stuff like this for these Civics are getting kind of harder and harder to find, especially like the OEM stuff. The moldings and stuff, like I mentioned, they became discontinued. So if you want any of this stuff, make sure to like reach out to people, companies, kind of like JDM Direct, which is who I got these moldings from. And they have awesome service. So if you guys are interested in any kind of EK9, EK4, Integra parts, whatever, Honda parts in general from Japan, I think they can get everything for you. And yeah, I'm just happy with the way it turned out. All the clips were intact, none of it was broken. The moldings look great, looks much cleaner. And like I said, I can't wait to actually get this thing outside. We're gonna have to wait on that just because the interior I didn't put back together just yet. We're gonna save that for the next video. I got a few more things that I wanna install, and I'm gonna save it for that. So stay tuned for that. And if you guys like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.